Hi, it's Friday Sews, and I've got a delivery to share with you. Yee. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Sewing Scenes with Deb. I'm Deb, and this is Friday Sews. So today we're going to talk a little bit about my fix that I did on my dress. So that's a woolen Freya dress that I made a few years ago, and I'm also going to give you an update on my knitting. I've got a podcast to talk about and a parcel to share with you. Yay! So let's get started. So what I'm wearing, first of all, I'm wearing the willow wrap dress, and I have spoken to you about this dress before. I think I might have even shown you. This is a Love Notions dress, and the first one I've made two now. I've made this one and the blue one you've seen. So it's a beautiful half circle skirt, and the pattern has pockets. However, I forgot to put pockets. Well, I didn't put pockets in this. I made a size medium, and I extended the length by 2 inches on the skirt because it was a little bit short for me. And that's what I'm finding, that some of these patterns, sorry, put this back on. That's what I'm finding. Some of these patterns, I just need to check some of those details. I think they might be made for either a more modern person that likes them shorter, or perhaps someone who is a different height than me. So I'm in the habit now of checking the length of the skirt before I cut the fabric, because I've fallen for this old trap before where I've ended up with a dress or a skirt that's way too short. Now, that brings me to what my model's wearing, the mannequin, and I've got me wearing this. Now I've made a change to this. Is a Freya dress that I made quite a few years ago, and it's made out of wool. It's absolutely beautiful fabric, and it was too short. Once again, I didn't check my facts before I cut the. So just putting the twirl up now, and you'll see that I've got it styled with a belt, and I'll just do a twirl with that. It now turns into a bit of a sack for me. It's not my favourite look, so you'll see when I take the belt off that it just seems to hang. So I really will be styling it with a belt, or a short jacket or a cardigan or something that will cinch in the waist, because I like the fit to flare look, and and because now that it's got the ruffle, 6 inches of ruffle I added at the bottom. Just a very light ruffle. It's not really gathered really tightly. It was only, I think, 1.5 the circumference of it, 1.5 times. So it wasn't a lot of gathering to be done. And I didn't want it really gathered. I didn't want it really stiff and sticking out. So I wanted it to hang and be flowy. So I'm happy with it. And now I feel like I will wear it. So yeah, it's been neglected. Hasn't been worn very much. I don't think I've even washed it. I think I've worn it once, maybe twice, for a few hours each time. So yeah, I'm excited. I've now got a lovely warm woolen dress that I can wear. And I can change it up. I have the pink belt like I have on the model today, on the mannequin today, or I can have a brown belt, or even red. So or green, because there's quite a few different colours in that. And it is a brown background. So yeah, it works really well. So another Freya to add to my collection. Yeehaw! Now my parcel. Now it's going to be a bit rustly. Rustly as in making a rustle noise. So it's from Bendigo Woolen Mills. Bit of a story behind this. I mentioned previously that part of the special thing they had happening during the wool and sheep show at Bendigo was that if you were in store purchasing, you would get free delivery. So when they told me that, I actually bought more. So I spent, as I said before, I stretched the budget and I spent a lot. So I haven't opened it. I've just cut it open just now, carefully. Don't want to cut the wool. To remind myself what I bought, and I'm just loving myself sick. So I'm really happy with what I bought, because I bought, look at this beautiful colour red. Now it's not showing up really clearly as to the colour red that it is, but it's luxury. It's their luxury yarn, which is 100% wool, and it's called Love Heart, the name of the colour. So I bought 4 of those. 1, 2. Oh, these are sorry. And I will use 4mm needles, knitting needles, and so yeah, it's 200 grams. They're 4. So 4 of those make a long sleeve jumper for me with a little bit left over. So I'm excited about that. Now, what else did I get? Woohoo! Oh, that's right. Oh, this is amazing. Multicolored sock yarn. So this is really lovely. So it's a 4-ply. And it's 100 grams, and I've used this before to make some beautiful socks. I made some blue ones before, so I'm looking forward to starting some more socks for that. Now this was a special. This is 100% wool, and there's no special name for it. It's just a machine washed, tie-dyed. And it was on special for $10 a ball, 200 grams. And it's variegated blue. Not really a colour that I would use, but I thought, oh, you know what? The grandson might start wearing wool. So I bought 1, 2 of those. Now, what else did I get? Oh, yeah, this is this season's, sorry, just put that down. This particular yarn is this season's special release, and it's called Prism, and it comes in a lot of different shades, and I ummed and ahed about whether to get this or not. Or when they said about the free delivery, I thought, you know what, I'm going to get it. So the colour is called Evening Storm, and it is absolutely beautiful and knitted up. They had something there knitted up in it, and it comes out very, a little bit variegated. It's not a solid, I don't know if you can see the variance in there, the little fleck. So that's going to be absolutely beautiful. Got no idea what I'm going to make out of it yet. I've got, oh, sorry, I should say I do have a couple of ideas. One moment, please. I am working on playing with the idea of what I'm making next for myself, and I downloaded this pattern, the Rosary jumper. I don't know if any of you have seen that. That's Rosary Apparel. She's a lovely Australian girl who has a really lovely podcast, and she's been given permission to have this as a giveaway. It's an old vintage pattern that she's written in modern terms, I guess you'd say. And so I'm thinking, I really love that pattern. How nice is it? So I'm thinking one of these might be made out of that. So I've got 4 balls of that. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me, as I always say, lots to do. Now, that brings me to my current project. Oh, my giddy aunt, have I had a bit of a drama or what with this? I have frogged it or ripped it out a number of times, and I don't even want to count how many times it is, because I'll get depressed. So this is the pattern. So it's a vest, and it's from this book. An old book, an oldie but a goodie. So there's lots of ribs and cables in there. And just a bit of a secret, read the pattern carefully, because one thing that I did wrong was I went all the way through one of the sides of the front when it splits at the bottom. In line with the underarm, it splits at the bottom to start the V. And I read it wrong, and I thought, that's going to be too short. So I got it really long. I got it to about that long, and then I reread it. And instead of, instead of saying decrease at the neck edge only in the following 4th rows until there's 30 stitches left, I read it as decrease in the following 4th rows as before until there's 30. So I was decreasing both sides. Every word in a knitting pattern means something. So I've got to remember that, because I was decreasing both sides and it was going up like this, whereas you only decrease from the neck edge and the arm stays like that. Anyway, I'll show you what I mean. It's I'm in the middle of doing the neckband now. So it's big. I'll just show you. Pull it up. I've been busy. I've been on the plane back and forward and on the train back and forward, and a lot going on, sitting around. So yeah, there's a lot of work here and it's looking amazing. Look, it's still curling because it hasn't been blocked. It won't look like this when it's finished. That's the front. And so this is the neck. I'm just doing the band, the neck band, which will come out as a V. It won't come out round, it'll come out as a V. So what they get you to do is just sew up one shoulder, which I've done, and then you knit the V in a straight line, back and forward, and you decrease at the point of the V, either side of the point of the V, every single row. So you just do, oh, I'm losing stitches. So you just do, I think it's 9 rows. Now, I did change the pattern a little bit. I've put a 2x2 rib at the bottom band, because I like the stretchiness and I like the look of that. The pattern said 1x1, 1 knit, 1 purl. I've put 2 and 2. So to keep that the same, I'm making this 2 and 2 as well. So I can't wait to wear it. So you know when you nearly get to the finish of a knitting or crocheting project, a project anyway that takes ages, you want to hurry up so that you can wear it and see what it looks like. So I'm excited about that. And then the other part of the excitement is that means I can start a new project. So I've got a feeling it's socks, but we shall see how that goes. Pretty soon you'll know, because I'll know. I don't know yet. Now, what have I been listening to? Well, the podcast Check Your Thread with Zoe. It's episode number 97. It's an introduction to garment fabrics, and Zoe talks through all the different types of fabrics, what sort of garments you would make out of them, and building the knowledge of the fabrics, the different types, what you can make out of them, what they're suitable for. She talks about wovens and she talks about knits. She talks about natural fibres and man-made fibres, and as well as the combination. Honestly, there's so much information in that episode. I'm going to go back and re-listen to it. I found it amazing. And Zoe, thank you so much. You have such a fabulous podcast. I really enjoy it. So that's episode number 97. Check Your Thread, it's called. It's an amazing podcast. So if you're looking for something to listen to while you're sewing or knitting, that is a brilliant thing to have in the background. Well, that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I invite you to hit the thumbs up button, the like, and if you aren't already, I encourage you to subscribe. It doesn't cost any money. If you subscribe and then hit the little button next to it, then you get notified every time that I put a video up. I'm really enjoying the comments. Keep them coming. I really feel like we're having a real community building experience. So I'm absolutely loving that. And that was one of the purposes of this podcast in the very beginning, and still is. Fun, friendliness, happiness, and sharing community. So Thank you once again for being involved, for coming back each time. I'm loving it. I hope you are too. And I'm going to say goodbye now. So happy sewing, stay well, and I shall see you next time. Bye. 200 grams. Hold on.